How often do you have sex? A, at least once a week. B, at least once a month. C, at least once in 3 months.
But this question is not very fair. You're supposed to say like at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah. Hello beautiful people, you're welcome to my channel once again. My name is Gloria. If you're new here, you're very much welcome. Welcome to RIA'S. Please, anytime you see him, I appreciate him, and please beg him on the comment section to always come. And whenever I plead with him, let him come. You're welcome there. Welcome to the channel.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks for having me. Thank you, guys.
Alright, so obviously you're not a stranger anymore.
Yeah.
This is the third time we're doing a shoot together. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a very beautiful game today by Pastor Kingsley and Pastor Mildred Okonkwo. It is titled The Building Intimacy Game. So let's see how intimate we are in our marriage. The game is going to help us check our marital health, how healthy your marriage is. Although it's not a statutory thing, it doesn't have to now be
It doesn't have to be the norm anyway, or the yardstick for checking if your marriage is healthy or not.
Yes.
Yeah, there could be other factors anyway.
Yes, there could be other factors, and the fact that today you don't get it right doesn't mean that tomorrow it won't be better. Okay. And I feel it's also a beautiful game that you and your partner should be able to play. In the long run, help your home, be able to see areas that there are loopholes. So the way it's going to go is I will read out the question. At the end of the day, we'll give a rough result. It's going to be in 3 segments. The first segment is in communication and intimacy. The second segment is around sex tests. And the third one is around conflict resolution. Alright, so we'll be starting with communication and intimacy. The first question is, how often do you go on date night? A, once a week. B, once a month. C, once a quarter. D, what is date night?
It will be a little bit tricky. Before we had our first child, we usually go out, so that would be like once a month or once a week, as the case may be. Yeah, but since our children came, the answer may probably be now, what is the date night?
I don't know what this is.
I don't know what this is. Kids, they come with a lot of responsibility.
Hopefully,
we are working our way around it anyway.
Yes.
Believing that going forward things will be better.
Amen. It's a huge amen. Today it is what is a date night. Tomorrow is going to be once a week, once a month. Amen.
Amen.
Do you communicate with your spouse during the day? A, I call or text. B, I wait till we get home. C, you're not even talking at the moment.
Absolutely. This is
of course, right now we are talking, so
it
is definitely
for us. We talk a lot, even when we are at work. It's either we are calling, we are video calling, texting, or we are WhatsApping. We are WhatsApping, we're texting. So
every
for
day.
This one is a
we win in this one. Cool. Okay, third question is, when something happens, good or bad, who do you call first? A, spouse. But I don't need to call option in this one. A, spouse. B, friend. C, sibling. D, mother or father.
My wife is my closest. For me, I don't know of others anyway. She's my closest.
You don't know for me too.
And I'm the same to her. So we don't keep secrets anyway.
When something happens, good or bad.
So we share everything.
So if someone else comes to your mind first,
you actually need to check it. And this may not actually apply to everything. Just to clarify, there are urgent issues that demand the attention of a policeman, as the case may be.
Okay.
Yeah, so for instance, you've just been burgled. At that moment, you just need someone based on the situation. You need like a law enforcement agency or person to attend.
But at least the next person should be your spouse. Do you plan getaway trips?
What do you mean by getaway trips?
Getaway trips, like just go for the weekend, you're off maybe for 3 days, a week, and then you come back. The option number 1, A, yes. B, no. C, no time or money for that.
For me, I think this is not because probably we don't have the funds. We may just fall in between the timing and all that, especially because of kids. This is one of the areas we are still
working on.
It's work in progress for us.
You can make hay while the sun shines, at least for now. The last question in communication and intimacy is: do you find it easy talking to your spouse or your partner? A, yes, my spouse is very easy to talk to. B, no, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells.
So what do you think?
Of course, you are very easy to talk to. In fact, if I cannot talk to you, who else will I talk to? At this moment.
My party woman be this.
My bestie. Every other bestie before, prior to now.
she's my best friend. Very easy to talk to. Yeah.
Well, because this is a marriage health check video, if you feel that talking to your spouse is like you walking on eggshells, I think then both of you need to sit down.
Yeah. Areas you need probably counseling. You can seek counseling from appropriate persons to help if need be. But just talk around things.
Yeah. Walking on eggshells could also be that based on how you respond when your spouse, some kind of situations, your spouse want to get to you and talk to you. Or because you just imagine, if I tell my wife, say, that business she told me about that was going to fail, I still went ahead to do it, she's going to laugh at me or whatever. Just feel like there's no need. So at the end of the day, you build up issues, and then at the end it's like there's secrets here and there that you're not proud to talk about later on.
The advice is, as married couples, or as couples, we have to be open-minded. We have to talk about everything. Just as the Bible said, the two became one, and then they were naked and they were not ashamed of themselves. So there shouldn't be anything that should be too difficult for you to discuss with your wife or your husband. If the reverse is the case in your marriage or your union, then you need to talk around things and then seek counseling where necessary.
The results are in. If your answer is mostly A, then your marriage is healthy. Very, very healthy. Okay, so now we move to the next sex test. So number 1, do you engage in one form of sexual activity every week, like cuddling, kissing, fondling, caressing? At least one every week. Okay, let's add dirty London.
Okay. What are the options, please?
Okay, options. It's just simple. This is black and white. Yes or no?
It's going to be yes. But I was asking the options because how frequent do you do that? Yes.
I wish I object a little. For me, I feel it is out of all this cuddling, kissing, fondling, caressing. For me, women now like all the motion. It's supposed to be all of them, together. But I feel maybe one or two. But I want it as a whole, completely.
But especially for new couples, when I mean new couples, your children are not grown to an extent. You tend to be very careful what you do around kids and all that. That kind of minimizes some of these things. We do this, but we have to be careful so we don't pass the wrong message to the kids.
Message. Yeah. And this is why, like we said earlier, we're going to do another video around PDA.
Yeah,
we're going to
actually public
So I'm saying it here so that it would. So you agree to shoot the video?
No. Don't get me to this.
Oh my goodness. So we have to do something, around this, how you display affection and balancing equation. Around kids. Okay, so next question. So of course our answer was yes or no.
I said yes.
I said yes too, but I wish it's all inclusive, but it seems like it's just one or two of them, but nonetheless yes. Okay, so are you comfortable with initiating sex? A, sometimes. B, always. C, rarely. D, never.
Always.
Well, sometimes for me.
As men, we are, permit me to use the word, we are always ready.
You're spoiled.
We are always ready, so I think for us it's going to be an A1 on this.
I'm innocent. So sometimes, in as much as I'm saying sometimes, for women, need to do better. Especially for those who are not in that zone all the time. They don't bond the man to be the initiator all the time. Okay?
And I must say this, when the reverse is the case where your wife is the one initiating it, there's
The
this
excitement is
this
more.
whole new vibe that come with
That
it.
comes
The
in.
excitement is just
Absolutely.
something else, I must say. I've been in those zones before now. I know what I'm saying.
Of course, I wish my answer would be always, but I think I'll try and do better. Okay, so the next one is, how often do you have sex? A, at least once a week. B, at least once a month. C, at least once in 3 months.
But this question is not very fair. You're supposed to say like at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. But yeah, it's A for us, at least once a week.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, are you ashamed?
Yeah, I'm shy. Okay, so number 4, do you think you're sexually satisfied in your marriage? Look into my eyes.
Okay.
Answer this question.
For me, I'm enjoying myself.
You're having a ball.
Yeah.
A field day. Without thinking of baby number 3 on the way.
If it's the will of God for us.
Yes, as well. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. Number 5. Are you open to trying new sexual positions in your marriage? A. Yes, I'm very open-minded and like to keep things.
Yes, and absolutely for me.
Wait, I've not finished reading my option. These options are actually funny. B. No, why fix something that is not broken? C. Blood of Jesus.
For me, is this something that we both agree on?
Safe as well.
Yeah, if there is communication and then we both consented. Is it what's the word? Consented.
Yes, consented.
Yeah, consented to it. Is it safe? If it's something safe, why not?
As long as there's no third party, sure.
Yeah, who's gonna be the third party?
Jesus Christ. No, because you know what I mean. Absolutely. As long as it is not something that is dangerous and put your health at risk, you know. And I believe there are times that you need to communicate. There are some things you think you enjoy more that maybe your spouse may not enjoy better. Or if you think that there's something we need to explore, why not? As long as maximum satisfaction.
Again, it takes us back to the point of being open-minded. We have to be open-minded. If you're not satisfied with a particular positions, as the case may be, why not talk to your husband, talk to your wife?
Else, it's only going to be one person enjoying and the other person is suffering.
And marriage is sex. In marriage is meant to be enjoyed by both parties. The results are in. If most of your answers are A, then it is healthy. I think this one we got high five. We don't do well. Yeah, of course. We don't try.
We are doing well.
We're doing well.
Alright, so conflict resolution is the last part.
Okay.
So the first question is, if there is conflict, do you insult each other? Yes or no?
No.
Absolute no.
With a capital N-O.
Yeah, and it's also something we're going to be talking about going forward, a topic that we're going to do soon around dealing with confrontations when there are issues and conflict.
She's setting me up. We have not
setting him up. So the next one, do you involve your parents when there is conflict?
I'm going to explain this answer. At the moment, we are very far off from our parents, but we are in constant communication. We've not had any issue that actually needs to be discussed with our parents in terms of have an issue in the marriage. So by the grace of God, we haven't had any, and we don't intend to have any by the special grace of God. So at the moment, I will say no. But again, this is marriage. If need arises, why not? We can actually involve our parents as well as the pastors if need be. Yeah, what do you think?
I'm open to it, but by the grace of God, like I said, we are praying that we don't get to that point.
Yes.
Would you be opposed to involving your pastor or counselor when conflict? So obviously
not at all. I won't oppose anything involving third party when there is a conflict and this cannot be resolved within us. Why not?
Not just pastor in quotes, or maybe like the word a counselor, someone that is specialized in the field.
The point is someone who can come in to resolve that thing, that issue or that concern, as the case may be. The person can be the pastor, it can be a counselor, it could be a parent anyway. The main aim is someone who can resolve the issue.
Number 4, would you rather sweep the situation under the carpet? There are situations that may arrive.
arise.
I mean, there are situations that may arise, and it's just around discussing. Sometimes, rather than discussing about the situation, you just feel like it's not important. It's not important. It's like building up, and all of a sudden everything escalates.
No.
We rather discuss it. Even though not at that moment, it may be like around the corner.
As couples, we have to be sensitive enough. There are times maybe you are in a public space, and then your husband or your wife do something that does not all go well with you, and then you don't have to react. Say it at that point in time. You can always manage the situation then and then. Probably the best time to talk to your husband or your wife, and then you mentioned you have to once again be open-minded and say, I think it will be better if we do this way.
And be respectful
while saying it.
Number 5, do you raise your voices at each other?
No.
No.
This is no with a capital N-O. No.
All right. Have you ever hit each other before?
No.
Never. Never.
Make I let you know, if my wife try I will call police.
Then if you try it too, I do tell you?
Call police.
Of course, by the grace of God, we will never get to that point. Yeah. Are you comfortable sitting down and talking about any issue or the issue at hand?
Definitely.
Yeah, we said that earlier, of course. Very comfortable. Sometimes I know there are certain times, that you may feel like I'm not even ready for this at the moment, like leave me alone. But I think it's about finding the right time for everything. Because obviously there are times that you want us to try some kind of issue and just the moody. So like not even giving any response. At the end of the day, we still find a way to appease the gods by trying to appeal to my senses to say, calm down.
It doesn't go without saying the place of understanding. I think there's a portion of scripture that says, likewise ye husband dwell with them according to knowledge. You must understand your spouse. Know the best time to communicate. You can actually talk to your wife, your husband, and then they will understand. And then you don't have to talk to them at the point where the situation is, in quotes, tense. Or in the best frame of mind at the point, and then you're talking to them. No, you must know the best time. You just have to have knowledge about yourself. But if this is not working at the moment, it's still something that you can work upon as couples.
I think in light of what's happening in the society at the moment, the death of this minister Osinachi, I think most marriages or most conflict, almost things that aggravate to fights and beatings, could have been managed if both spouses knew the right times, to talk, to bring up situations or raise issues, that need to be, corrected in quote or handled. So it's all about understanding and knowing when is the right time. That's where body language comes in. Understanding, I think, is a beautiful skill that every individual should have, how to understand body languages. Last question is, are you comfortable with apologizing first? Yes or no?
Yes, capital letters YES. Personally, maybe it goes for men, I don't know, but personally,
not all men.
It could be. Or let me not generalize, but for me, it's very easy for me to apologize to my wife. It may not be exactly the same for her, but for me, it's very easy. I know when she's angry. If I say a word and maybe she don't like it, maybe in public, I know.
My mood just swaps. I don't know how to pretend. It just swaps immediately.
I know that, I think probably I've said something that...
And we communicate with eyes a lot.
Didn't go well. I study her body language so much, so I do understand when she's not happy with something I've done or I've said. So, again, you have to have knowledge.
Should be comfortable. Like, I'm not usually the type that would easily just say it out and like, what you just did offended me. I don't want to be disrespectful. At the same time, I'm finding it hard to express myself at that moment. Whenever I'm angry, I find it hard. But he, on the other hand, just goes like that and he just says it. And well, it can be easy for you to just say, okay, sorry. At the end of the day, if your answer is mostly yes, which is A in this question, you have a healthy marriage.
Probably, out of the questions that were asked, and then, you go mostly no, or the answer connotes that your relationship at the point is not in the right direction. You still have a lot of time to work on it, to make right decisions. Marriage is always a work in progress.
Always.
Just be open-minded, seek necessary advice or counsel when needed. Be open to yourself, and I believe your marriage will be a heaven on earth as God intended it to be from the beginning. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching.
And we do really
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe to RIA'S Cabin, and God bless you for your support.
Take care. Bye.